Right, I think that's us up live now, guys. Yep, we're there.
Can we turn this off? Can we turn this
Yeah, you can
off?
turn it off. Yeah,
Can we turn this shit off?
yeah. Oh, it's not good. It's not good.
Turn that fucking
Oh,
turn it
right.
turn it off. You know how to turn it off. Oh well, do you want to turn it off?
I was going to leave it on
Oh,
there
leave it
just in
on. Leave
case
it
there was
on.
like,
A talking point or
yeah,
something. But it's just gonna trigger me
yeah.
for the next 30, 40 minutes. It's just
All right. I just wanted to double check we're definitely live here, so just
oh
bring it
yeah,
up.
we're live.
We're live.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, well
So
turn
sorry
off
for
your
that.
sound. There we go.
Yeah,
Ah, yeah.
Hear yourself.
All right. Well, I'm almost here. Let me see. Get hooked in. Manchester United 0, Everton 1. And the reason I'm talking so slowly is because, quite frankly, that bored the arse off me. And that's exactly how Manchester United played, with absolutely no intensity. Like, I don't know. Guys, I want to get my, just want to say my thing first of all. Spurs was a really bad showing. Forced. Well, it seems like a good showing now, but that was terrible. That was absolutely terrible. And I think 10-man Everton, fair play to Everton, but we were shocking. And yeah, we picked a really bad night to do our first live reaction, but we've done it, so we got a man up to it. This is Irish Red Devils and Gags, Killian. Here comes the lads. We've got Everton fellas coming in now. Look at the smiles on their faces. Oh, hold on now. We're going to get a United reaction first. There's Adam now. Adam's in dreamland. Like.
I'll happily not talk for this whole episode. I'll just, I'll just sit here and be as smug as possible. But yeah, you talk about you guys.
Right, okay. Well, I don't think we're going to want to talk for very much anyway. So I think we're quite happy the fact that we've got some Everton fans coming on, to be honest with you. Lads, I've had my say. Gags, what's your thoughts?
Well, I've had a nosebleed. That's how bad we have been. My nose started bleeding, and that was only in the first half. Diabolical. We are shit. That was a terrible performance. And do you know something? Not a big fan or of players getting booed, but that team out there were a disgrace. Everton down 10 men. Madness. We'll talk about it. Absolute madness going on. You kind of thought I thought Everton were the better team the first 15 minutes, and I thought right down to 10 men, we'll hopefully start taking control of this. We were so bad, and it's the third game in a row we've been terrible, and it was hard to watch. So yeah, fair play to you, Davy Moyes. I knew he's a sly manager. I knew it wouldn't be, things could go wrong. I did think we'd win tonight, but he's fair play to him, and James Garner and Michael Keane, and they've all come to Old Trafford and done well. Killian.
Killian, I think we're gonna let the Everton fans have their say. Like, but I think I just want to get Killian's, and then Adam, we're gonna bring you into it. I promise you, okay? Because we really don't want to talk at all. So we're just gonna let you. We're gonna let you
A lot
talk.
of
We
heavy
have
lifting
to.
for
We
me
have to
today.
do it. Like we have to stand up. So Killian, give us your straight away your thoughts.
Yeah, well, much of the same, obviously. Diabolical, spineless performance, really. If you didn't watch the match and you looked at the stats and seen United had 20 plus shots to Everton's about 4 shots, you would probably think then surely United deserved a point there. We didn't deserve anything because I wouldn't even call the majority of those chances we created chances. They were all half chances. Yes, Xerxes had a few good ones near the end there. Pickford made a couple of big saves, but we were terrible here in this one. Zero creativity. Nothing really going forward. We were so static. I noticed that definitely in the second half. We had the ball like 90% of the time in that second half. And we just didn't do anything with it. We just sort of pass it around the box. What I found the majority of that second half was it was just Amad Diallo. He would get the ball on the edge of the box, he'd cross it in, it would miss everyone, and would go out for a goal kick. That basically was for me the entire second half. So, I mean, that's our first home defeat to Everton in 12 years, and it's definitely not a good record to be broken, obviously. Fair play to Everton, obviously. Brilliant win, especially with 10 men, especially after a very hectic first 15 minutes for you lads. And do Dewsbury Hall's goal, I don't think there's any saving that. That was an absolutely amazing finish. However, it's poor defending by us still, especially with Lenny Euro, who I thought was terrible here in this one. He was one of the many players who were very bad in this one too. So yeah, what more going to say other than spineless? Shocking display by us here. And I mean, it has been coming. Like, past number of games have been terrible. It was only a matter of time till we lost again here. Everton are a very good team. David Moyes has them playing some fantastic football, and yeah, fully deserving of the victory here in this one. But as for United, of course, it definitely is in a good position for us coming into our next few matches.
Yeah. Okay, Adam, you have the floor. We're just leave you here now. Okay.
Yeah, I was going to
so-
say, thanks very
yeah.
much.
Wait,
Okay.
Thanks for coming. Go ahead, Adam. Enjoy it.
Yeah, no, I will do. Yeah, can I come on every week? Because this is fun so far. Yeah, I mean, I guess from an Evertonian point of view, I mean, just staggering that we've won at Old Trafford because God, it feels like a hell of a long time. But also, as you all touched on, that bonkers first 15 minutes. I mean, David Moyes is sly, but I don't think his game plan was lull you into a false sense of security by having two players fight and go down to 10 men so early on. But absolutely bonkers. But I have to say, as much as we deserved it, you really didn't deserve it, did you? It was just such a strange performance after not just after the goal, but after going down to 10 men as well. There was just no reaction.
There was nothing.
Certainly from your manager, from the touchline, and then from a lot of the players. As much as we saw two really experienced players in Idrissa Gueye and I guess Michael Keane, who took a nasty one to the head, didn't he? Surprised he didn't go down. It was a really strange. Just to talk about that, I don't think it was a red card. I think we're all sort of fairly agreed. But I guess by the letter of the law, I guess it has to be, and you don't want to see it. But
The thing is, if he did that to you, an opposition player, I think we would be saying it's a red card.
Exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's just.
I was actually worried it was going to spoil the game at that stage, stupidly.
That did?
Yeah. Well, and in a certain way, this is going to sound stupid, but in a certain way, that actually might have helped Everton because United are terrible whenever we have the most possession. We're always really bad. We're best on the counter attack, and but I mean it was sad as an Irish Red. It was sad to see Coleman go off. Hopefully, that's not too big an issue because he's a big part of the Irish setup. But it was almost like a calamity of things that were happening. That. In fairness, Adam, I said the same thing. I didn't think. Yeah, by the letter of the law, you raise your hand, stuff like that there. But I think nobody wants to see your own teammates or people getting sent off for hitting their own teammates, But yeah, it didn't do you any harm anyway. But
no.
Were you surprised at that reaction from your player? Is he, is that out of character?
Oh yeah, most definitely. And I think if you look at us over the last couple of seasons, even as an opposition fan, we've certainly had tougher times than we're in at the moment. Certainly more trying times. So to lose discipline like that at that moment so early in a game, it wasn't like the game was going against us because I think we actually started again on the front foot. Certainly, we looked a lot more kind of up for it than you guys. So, it was a really kind of innocuous moment, wasn't it? Yeah, it was a bit of kind of a chance that presented itself, and it was probably one of your better passages of play, wasn't it? Ironically enough, it's sort of it's one of the few times you kind of got forward and created a real opening, and Mbeumo and Fernandes, I mean, those were the two who you wanted on the ball, and so often you just seem to be recycling it around the likes of Yoro and De Ligt. It was just really, I can imagine for you guys, very frustrating to watch. For me, I'd say sort of relieving because you've got such a wealth of talent there in the top end of the pitch to some extent. I guess you were missing a centre forward today, but to see Yoro and De Ligt so often just on the ball and then recycling it backwards and forwards, made it a lot easier for us. But yeah, to go back to the record, really, really surprising. Idrissa Gueye, such an experienced pro, been around the block, and also normally a pretty calm player, somebody who picks up a lot of yellow cards, but normally those kind of, I guess, in the same way Casemiro probably does for you, sort of late clumsy tackles or pulling someone back when he needs to. So to lose his head like that was really out of character, but certainly didn't affect Michael Keane's performance. I mean, he'd walk into your central back three based on that performance. It was a fantastic performance. So yeah, I mean, I'm still spellbound. Really, it was just a bonkers game. I imagine a lot more annoying for you than it was for me. But even when you mentioned that Coleman thing, it just seems a lifetime ago because
Yeah.
I've just been watching the clock for a long time. As I hope your listeners aren't right now listening to me gloat.
Yeah.
I
Well,
know
we've actually had a few comments here, so I want to read them out because we're. So let me just see here. DMAC saying Ruben was too rigid and predictable tactically, schooled by an experienced David Moyes. Big up, guys, from Tottenham Hotspur till we die. Park X1B. I thought Xerxes was one of our best players today, and Everton. We were just up. Well, I don't know. Is he an Everton fan? Because he says there. I thought Xerxes was one of our best players today, and then down the line he
Everton
says
were just up for it more, in my
Everton.
opinion.
We
I
just
know.
up
I
for
think
it
it's
more.
we're
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
I thought we had a troll on.
yeah.
Yeah. So DMAC, too many players. Like, yeah, there's a lot of talk there about coaching. And what did he do? What did he actually do? Like, I mean, Gary Neville was having to go, and rightfully so. He was saying, like, um, we're playing against 10 men and we're still going 5 at the back. And I understand this idea of playing a system, and you stick to your system, but like he said, like you should have systems for different scenarios.
Yeah.
But Everton just looked comfortable. I don't know whether you felt comfortable as an Everton fan, Adam, but like it just honestly, like we were sitting watching this here in disbelief, and just like they never looked, apart from Pickford, that one shot, that one chance.
One header by Xerxes. Yeah.
But we didn't deserve anything. And they absolutely deserved to get booed off. And that it's not often that you would say it, but they really did deserve to
Yeah,
get
they
booed off
were.
for that. If you'd gone and saw that, that's just sickening. Like,
Unfortunately for United, it's pretty often they deserve to get booed off. I mean, maybe not so much this season, but in previous seasons, definitely.
Yeah, it was an insipid performance. But normally, United, after international break, we are a bit flat. But, this is Monday, so, it's not as if we had an early kickoff, and half the team don't even go into international football anymore.
that
That's
says
the
a
story,
lot.
do you know what I
That
mean?
says it all, though, doesn't it?
So, Luke Shaw, Mason Mount, Xerxes, you could go on and on. Just really poor. And, yeah, it's a bit worrying.
Adam, what were you expecting coming into tonight?
I mean, just to go back to the early point, by the way, I don't think I've ever felt comfortable as an Evertonian, so it's very difficult to. But my expectations, I mean, before or after an international break always feels like a bit of a moment, doesn't it? And I guess we're in a similar position to you guys, really. We don't have as many players going out on international duty as we used to do, which I guess is sort of a sign of our respective times. But I wouldn't say I was confident, but I wasn't going into it with the mindset, and certainly saw that in the performance from a team that I have done over previous seasons, where we've kind of turned up at grounds like Old Trafford, even when you guys have been in sort of previous negative moments, we've turned up in that kind of knives to a gunfight mentality and allowed you to do your thing. If you look at the game last season where we just rolled over, and I remember saying to a few people at the time, a few United fans who I know myself, saying, I think that says a lot more about us than it does about you, and it kind of proved to be accurate because, again, not a great season, but so often we've just rolled over, and I think today from the off, like I said before the sending off certainly, but even after it, it felt like there was something a little bit different, a little bit more composure on the ball. We certainly won everything. I mean, you mentioned about having basically 5 at the back, even against 10 men. How many times did Barry win the ball in the air? I mean, it's not like you've got a small, couple of centre backs into Ligt and Yoro. I mean, they're big guys, and they just got absolutely bullied by one striker, really, which there's no defending that. And yeah, I heard Gary Neville on Sky Sports as well say some cruel but accurate things about Luke Shaw, and I think that was just typified really the mentality of the players, but also I think the approach. I think that's where you've really got to dig in a little bit there, because it's a game at home under the lights. You should be imposing yourself upon the game. You certainly should be when you're down to 10 men for so long. So yeah, a lot of soul searching for you guys.
I'm just watching. We have Monday Night Football on here, the sound off, but I'm just watching. They're showing the highlights of the goal here, and there's so many United players around them, but None of them are attacking the ball.
Bruno should have done something first, and then Euro. They're both at fault. It's just poor. Like, but you know something? That's not the main problem. The main problem, we didn't lose that game because Dewsbury Hall scored that goal. It was how we reacted to it. Do you know, against 10 men for nearly for what was it, 85 minutes or 80 minutes or so.
It's 80, 75.
Yeah, so but injury time, 80 minutes.
80 minutes.
And I would imagine, as an Everton fan, were you at any stage concerned that we were going to get an equaliser? Because it didn't look,
Well, it just felt so predictable, the way that you were trying to, and I mean, I say try to break us down. You didn't really. It just seemed to be shuttling the ball sideways, eventually crossing the ball into the box, but without a kind of recognised centre forward of height there. There's not really, there's no one there who's going to get on the end of it and really do any damage, as we saw with a couple of those Xerxes headers. I mean, the one that he gets right, he really does get right, and that was probably your one big chance, and Pickford makes an unbelievable save. Yeah. But beyond that, apart from shots from distance, and there are a few that broke to Fernandes, and clearly he's got the technique there. There are a couple that broke to Casemiro, and you go, oh, thank God for that. But beyond that, yeah, like you say, I don't think there was any real shaky moments. It just felt that maybe eventually the momentum would change a bit, and you'd normally expect that from the substitutions, but I feel like we got ours right in a practical, pragmatic way of getting some fresh legs on the pitch, and even breaking a little bit towards the end with those late subs. But yeah, you guys, it just seemed straight swaps when clearly the situation demanded something different.
Yeah, there was a big chance for Xerxes. He hasn't been playing. Didn't really. I mean, he had one good header, but he didn't really set the world afire. And the likes of Manu, another, he had a good 35 minutes there, more or less anonymous.
Yeah, I think it's hard though. I think I wouldn't even blame Xerxes, because he hasn't.
I blame them all.
Time,
I wouldn't pick up.
but
they're all as a unit.
When you haven't played though, you are going to be sharp. Do you know what I mean? But you could see it. You could see that he hadn't been playing.
But it was near the end. I was remarking Ahmad had the ball, and he was almost like being double marked. And I was like, we're playing against 10 men. How are they double marking Ahmad? There must be space somewhere. But and just seeing Davy Moyes being interviewed here, happy man.
D-Max saying here on the chat that EPL stats: United 70% possession, Everton 1 shot on target, 1 goal.
Yeah. Clinical.
Yeah,
I'll take it. I will anyway.
Secretly, we hate, just like yourself. We hate Liverpool so much. We wanted you to be above Liverpool. This was our gift to the blue half of Merseyside.
Very, very, very happy to accept it. And, yeah, I mean, you'd have got good odds on, I don't know, this stage of the season, ourselves being above Liverpool in the table, and Michael Keane being probably the best centre back in the Premier League, as well as doing a good job of taking one to the cheek from his teammate. But yeah, I mean, we've got certain things in common. But yeah, it's just a strange old game. I mean, I think for us, it's a real step forward, and I think hopefully signals a bit of a shift in mindset. I think for you guys, it's maybe not a case of totally back to the drawing board, but a little bit of you've got a manager who's very rigid in his beliefs. So I guess when it works, it works. When it's days like today, it really, really doesn't, does it?
No.
I'm just looking here. We've got Luke McElroy, who's he has a Spurs podcast as well. So he's just coming on. I know he's down. I think he's actually going to be joining us from the Hill Dickinson Stadium, because he said that's where he was watching. Apparently, there's some bar or something there that you can watch the away games. He was telling me all about.
Yeah, we open it up when we know we're going to win. So we're to treat tonight.
Yeah, well, I know I can see that he's trying to get on. So he was telling me that the new stadium has really good Wi-Fi and all that kind of stuff. So, but maybe everyone down there is trying to get on now. But yeah, no, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I really don't know. I mean, we actually did. I was watching one of the biggest United fan channels, United Stand. I was watching it before the game, and Mark Oldbridge was talking, and he was talking so confidently, and he was talking about, oh, hopefully we get like 3 goals up, and then we put on the youth and get. And I was just like, oh, jeez. I was actually doing that kind of commentator's curse thing. I was actually screaming that at him. Like, what are you talking about? Like, But yeah,
No, well, I was kind of a wee bit confident. I think just because we were at home, and we have been playing quite well at home. I kind of thought we had a good chance tonight. I kind of knew Everton wouldn't be a walkover, but I was expecting something better than that. But it's like you stuck in like Jack Grealish. I thought he really did a job for us as well. Like he was defending well. He was winning frees. That's what he does. Like, but he's being fouled. He wasn't not even diving or anything tonight. But he did a job for you. I think all your players, performed to their best, apart from Idrissa. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know how he feels tonight. He's probably in the strangest mental position of any
Yeah,
Evertonian.
and
Yeah,
it's not only the slap on Keane, but it's almost he kind of went nuts after it. It was more when Pickford was trying to calm him down. He was going crazy at that stage. He seemed to be getting more incensed. So
I don't know if he was just angry because he didn't really connect and probably realised
he wanted to have another dig.
sent off for a proper, it wasn't Bowyer and Dyer, was it? It wasn't a proper kind of fisticuffs. It was it was a bit limp really, but yeah, it's a really really strange reaction from him. Like I say, seemingly very very out of character. So, I mean. I'm not complaining about it now, but it seems like a long time ago in the game, doesn't it? Really, because it just seemed it almost seemed like you were wasting time with the way that you kind of use the ball. There's lots of the possession stats that someone mentioned above, obviously totally accurate, but it didn't feel like that, and it didn't feel like you were really moving it with any real kind of intent. Whereas even the few times we broke, and I know that's partly because you were pushing people forward, but not too many. But it always felt like there was a little bit more of a chance, a little bit more of an opening. We defended it well, certainly, and I mean, you mentioned Grealish there. Lots spoken about him as a creative player, but I thought the way he was tracking back was really excellent, really experienced, and manage your players really well. But yeah, I think on the flip side, as much as I'd love to extol all the virtues of Everton today, which I can do, and I'll probably do on our podcast a little bit more. But I think I'd be really disappointed that those dangerous players you have got just really didn't get as much time on the ball as you'd like. And Bumo's the player I was really, really worried about, and he had a couple of moments, but he just seemed swarmed every time. And yes, that's us, but also it's other players not moving forwards. I mean, Shaw was one, but there were plenty of others, and there were players who came on who just really didn't add anything to your games. So, which I'm chuffed about.
Yeah, we were very static. There was no movement off the ball. And that makes it easy. It makes it easy to defend.
Definitely miss Cunha, I think.
Yeah, Cunha was a miss.
Even Shashko almost. I mean, Shashko has had his moments. I mean, definitely. I'm unsure about Shashko, but definitely Cunha. Mason Mount, you would have expected to have given us a bit more movement, but he just didn't get into the game at all in this one, I didn't think.
No.
A few more comments coming in here. I know. So, let me see. Adam, you said that you use Riverside, don't you?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
So Luke has sent me a message there and said he's trying to get in, but he says it seems like he's sitting in a waiting room. But I've never seen. I can't find any waiting room here. So, have you ever? Normally they just kind of appear whenever they come in. I've sent him a new link there anyway, so hopefully he'll get in. So I see there. Oh, so I think he's coming on show on stream. So a couple more messages coming in here. So let me see. Catch up here. So DMAC, Everton guy Adam, chatting on here is spot on about us. Predictable. Question for the group: if us fans can see this, can see the issues, we are just mortals and not professionals. Surely this is a major concern. Professional players and Ruben can't improvise in real time. And then Eddie's like, do the panel think that any United players deserve 6 out of 10 tonight?
No.
No, probably not.
No, there'll be nobody.
Can't think of anyone anyway.
No.
5 out of 10 maximum for the best players in the team. Definitely.
Yeah, it was a bad night. I don't
Maybe
know.
you give concessions to Xerxes because at least he had a couple of good efforts there, but I thought Jordan Pickford had a brilliant night tonight. But then again, like it took too long to get into the game. I suppose just didn't do enough overall. But yeah,
Yeah.
5 out of 10 maximum for any player in the other
Oh.
team.
I'm actually seeing here now. I can see there that Luke is actually in the chat room. And Luke, I should let you know that there's a wee error coming up here. It says School of Science TV's network connection updated. Nothing you have to do, just letting you know. So it seems to be something with your connection. Can I suggest, Luke, that you maybe switch off your Wi-Fi or switch off your 3G or something, and then just switch it back on again, see if that works for you.
Famed Hill Dickinson Wi-Fi over there. That's
That's probably there's two.
Yeah.
They're probably wrecking the stadium. That's probably what's
Yeah.
going on there.
We're just blocking any more Everton fans coming on. Suit yourself.
We're even taking Spurs fans now, apparently.
I
so,
know.
yeah.
That's why I
We-
can't understand.
What?
We're just
Is this
piling
guy getting in as a Spurs fan?
No, did I say that?
Yeah, you
Sorry,
did.
listen.
You
no,
did,
no.
yeah.
No. He's an Everton fan. Sorry. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah.
I'm multitasking here, so I'm pushing buttons.
I was
and I'm,
wondering why a Spurs fan was in a bar beside the Hill
no,
Dickinson.
no.
We'll
He has,
take all comers. That's
he has
absolutely
he
fine.
has an Everton fan thing called
Okay.
what did I say it was called there? The School of Science or something like that there. I didn't
Okay.
understand what that meant, but apparently that's something to do with Everton's history.
It's one of our nicknames, yeah.
Yeah, I'd never heard
And
of
it's
that before.
coming back.
Is that right?
Have you been to many games at Hill Dickinson?
I have, yeah, and I'll be going again on Saturday
And-
evening for our game against Newcastle.
Uh, uh,
So
It looks a lovely stadium. Are you happy with the move? Or
yeah, I mean, obviously, and I guess you guys will experience this at some point. There's that sentimental attachment
Yeah.
to your old ground, and I mean, my family grew up literally a stone's throw from it, so you're losing things like your match day ritual, and it's a special ground. But I think 99% of Evertonians realise that there was a time that we had to make that move, and I think with the new ownership, it's gone smoothly. It's happened at a time where we're at least a little bit on the up. I think if this had happened during the midst of some of those dark days under the likes of Benitez, and we were really circling the drain, and we were then having to make that move, it might have been a bit trickier to transition. But it's a fantastic stadium. Yeah, the setting is unbelievable, and yeah, I hope you don't win when you come next time.
I was going to say.
But no, it really is special. I mean, it's a great setting, for by the waterside as well, and yeah, whatever your ground looks like in the future, I've seen some ideas of that. We'll see, but
Let's see. It could be a long way away. You don't know, but
Yeah. No,
Sorry.
sorry. Well, I'm sorry, guys. I'm completely focused. Just trying to get him into the room here.
to be honest, the performance we had tonight would have looked the part in a circus.
Too boring.
Plenty of
for
clowns in
something.
that pits. What?
Too boring. I would have put Everton to sleep.
Yeah, I know. So there's a few clowns, but no, look, there's a lot of talk about Ruben Amorim and not being, not changing things, but at the end of the day, yeah, I agree with that, but the players have to take responsibility on themselves as well. And Bruno Fernandes, I thought it was particularly poor tonight. Yeah, he had a few shots from outside the box, but he's not hitting the target. He had one that Pickford saved, but it was easy enough save. And then he had that chance, remember, about 4 or 5 yards out, but instead of going with his left foot, he tries to dink it with his right. So it's just
Confusing player.
Yeah.
Confusing player.
Yeah.
Oh,
Here we go.
here we go. Here we go. Hello, Luke. Can you hear us?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Whoa, you sound like you're in. Are you in a van or something? Are you?
No, I'm in my car at the moment. Just about to set off. I'm glad we can get. I'm glad that I can get in now.
Yeah, we really needed another Everton fan to come on and tell us how good they're having a night. Like.
You know what? It was. It was a really good game from the Everton front, especially considering we were operating with 10 men. I was actually a little disappointed with United. In all fairness, it just the way you guys played tonight just didn't reflect the United that a lot of Premier League teams used to fear back in the day. I can't say that you guys didn't have anything in attack. You did attack. It wasn't like a focused attack. It was just like they were just sort of scrambling to try and get something at the net for the most part, and it was a shame to see. I think a little bit more, just that if they would have taken just a step back and just sort of watch what we were doing, there could have been a potential there for you to just put something in.
Yeah, it shows kind of how bad we are that, Everton fans are actually, you are actually disappointed in how bad we were. You're like, yeah, it was good to win, but would have liked to beaten a better Man United team.
That's it. It was
we were
one of them.
we were terrible. We were terrible. Yeah, it was a tough watch, but I'm sure it was good for you. Yeah.
It was great to actually watch in the Hill Dickinson Stadium inside the Trinity Bar. We had an absolutely amazing time in there. All the Evertonians were up in voice. It was a really, really good evening in there.
How many Everton fans are allowed into that for the away games?
Oh, sorry, because people shouting outside. There was probably knocking on about 200 to 250 inside the Trinity Bar. I probably think they could even squeeze some more in. But the thing was, you pretty much went in there, every single table was taken, you were pretty much standing up. I was standing pretty much on the side of the bar watching the game. It was a good time and it was a good atmosphere, funnily enough. We were actually singing, dancing and chanting in there as well.
I'm sure you were.
I'm just reading the comments here and yeah, they're talking, Eddie Lynch there, he's saying that we're letting off Xerxes too easy here tonight.
A lot of Xerxes hating the live
yeah,
chat.
There does seem to be a lot of Xerxes hating.
But I think he's being scapegoated to some extent. Nobody was good.
Yeah,
nobody was good.
Up the Reds 12345 says, I believe that this United team is mentally weak, as after that red card we almost felt complacent rather than having predator instincts and really going in.
It's insane to think a month ago that this is the same United team who won at Anfield, and I know Liverpool's not great at the minute, but it takes a lot of mental strength. So 1 month later, to see how mentally weak we were tonight, it's a shocking difference, shocking contrast.
Yeah, look how happy those boys are as well on the screen. They can't stop smiling.
The stadium looks nice as well, doesn't it? We've got these booths that make it look like the inside of a Vauxhall Corsa. So.
I'll say executive boxes there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's I'm just looking at Ruben being interviewed here as well. But even
I'm glad the sound's off.
I know, but even the fact that we didn't come out the second half with anything different.
Yeah.
They should have had the hairdryer treatment. Get back out there. Or, if they don't see a performance in 5 minutes, 4 of you coming off.
Unfortunately, Ruben probably doesn't have a hairdryer treatment in him. I don't think. Very few managers, I'd say, these days do.
I said David Moyes probably does.
Yeah.
Fair play to Moisey. Fair play to him.
No, fair play.
It's been a long time coming, hasn't it? That away win at Old Trafford.
Look, he was mistreated by us all those years ago. Like not even getting a full season. He should have been given. I said at the time he should have been given 2 seasons at least. But that's just the way it is. But he's got his karma tonight. He's very much enjoying it. Yeah.
Well, like as from a United point of view, I'm not gonna freak out about it. Like it's.
We're only 3 points behind Champions League, just like Everton.
I think that's the most frustrating thing of it, though, is the fact that give De Ligt the armband, in my opinion, up the Reds. The thing about it is it just seems like opportunities to keep pushing up the table. 3 games in a row now, and we should have been. I don't know. I'd be interested to see what Amarin's saying here, but I don't know. I really don't know. I'd love to curse more. You can't really get mad. There's no point in getting mad. Like it's just like.
So what do you guys? What's your feelings for the rest of the season after this great night for your team? Do you want to push on?
Yeah.
European qualification or?
I mean that'd be wonderful, wouldn't it? But we'll have to see. But I think it's a real marker for us to go away to a big ground. We've historically been poor away from home against the so-called bigger sides. That I have to say it like that because I'm bitter and all that. But you know, we've so often we've gone there with our tail between our legs and not really done what you'd want us to do as an away team. I think today, even with that very early sending off and losing Coleman and having to reshuffle things so early on, I think we really we really laid a marker down. So yeah, I mean, it's up for grabs, isn't it, this season? I think that's probably where you're feeling really disappointed today, because you're looking at that table and it's a real opportunity for you, but level on points, same goal difference.
Do you know something? I think coming to the end of November, if you told us we'd be 3 points off Champions League a position, we would take that. So it's just the nature of the performance more than anything. It's a bit worrying for how things are going to go. But no,
I'm just looking there, like 12. It's so tight too.
It's
Like,
tight.
it's so tight. It's
but everybody lost this weekend. City and Liverpool, United,
Spurs even.
Spurs.
I mean, yeah, I see D-Max says feels like a United Therapy group.
And we're happy to be
I
involved.
know.
Whenever you like.
I know. Well, listen, like I'll be honest with you, we didn't we didn't want to go live, but we've said all along that whenever we do these shows, like win, lose or draw, we're gonna go live. Like, so that's the only way to do it. But yeah, it's it was just so bad that I have nothing else to say. It's just fucking shite. this is it. I'm just reading there, Eddie talking about Grealish making a real difference. There's a question coming in there. Grealish making a real difference. Do the Everton lads agree?
He is actually making a really good difference for the squad at the moment, even though he's not really been getting the goals or assists. Just his general play altogether has actually been a massive improvement to what we've had in the past. I mean, you even seen it there, the Dwight McNeil. I mean, don't get me wrong, in the past he has been great for us, but as of late, he's just been almost like a man missing. Jack Harrison was never going to be the answer for us. He can't seem to hit the ball right. So having Jack Grealish there right now, like I said, he's helping bring the ball up. He's able to draw fouls, and he has a very intelligent pass about him as well. I mean, he's even got the backbone to actually muck in and do some defensive work. He never used to do that with Man City. It was his sole role with Man City was just patrol up and down that left wing, left all the time. There was no real dynamicness about his game with them. So coming to us now and doing what he's doing, he just much better player than what he has been in the past.
Yeah, he looks like he's enjoying himself, doesn't he? Which again,
yeah,
much to your annoyance, I'm sure on the Man United side of things. But I think he really looks like he's enjoying his football, and as you say, the dirty side of the game as well, doing the kind of unpopular stuff really. Everton need a striker though. You see, I would have said exactly the same thing, Eddie Lynch, I4G, but to be honest, after today, Barry had easily his best game in an Everton shirt. He didn't really have a chance, as in a clear-cut chance, but in terms of winning the ball, I thought he was excellent. I think, yeah, that is what we have been lacking early this season. I think Ilman and Jai, it was, again, really good in the first half. He faded a little bit. But
he was good. He's lightning fast.
He's got one in there, Eddie, but he's not our player anymore, so that's fine. I assume you're talking about Duncan Ferguson. No, I think yeah, that probably was what we were missing. But I think, yeah, really promising from Tiano Barry. He's only a young player, and I mean, the amount of aerial duels. I was thinking during the game, God, he's winning everything, and then they threw up a stat at some point. I think it was about 15 duels, which again says a lot about us and our performance. But again, seeing as I'm on your podcast, a lot about United's defenders as well, because the amount of times he was just surrounded by people and seemed to come out with the ball, and then it dropped to Njai and he'd bring it on. That shouldn't happen against a back 3/back 5 system, really, should it?
No.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm seeing the highlights here in the background. Do you know what it is? I have the same feeling that I had, 5 games ago, before we started going on a bit of a run, where there was just so much there in that performance that you just don't understand what the problem is. That's what I was saying weeks ago. Was like the biggest problem United have is that we don't know what the real problem is, and it's just so badly. Who was the last good striker Everton had? Guys, who was the last good striker?
Lukaku.
Lukaku, yeah.
Umar Nias. No, it's Lukaku.
Yeah, well, I think Sky Sports maybe have something to say for themselves as well, because the last time Everton beat United, what do you call him? Was the Roberto was
Roberto Martinez, aye.
was the Everton manager, and Moyes was in the dugout,
Mhm.
and they just so happened to be on Sky Sports tonight, like.
Yeah.
But right, lads. Well,
It's either that or us having, having us guys on the podcast. So yeah.
I think maybe it was because maybe
repeat this next year. Happy to.
Right. Well, when do we play? Isn't the return leg?
It's around February time, I think, maybe.
Is it,
Yeah, February, March time, definitely.
Yeah.
End of February.
Well, it's great to get you on, because like we like I said, we only started this a month ago, and we wanted to get fans on the week before the game, and then kind of come on the week after to get their thoughts, but we couldn't. We were struggling to get an Everton fan all week, although we got Tony Bellew on.
We're all fighting with each other in preparation for today.
If you go back and watch ours, Tony Bellew made an appearance on ours, so
He'll be a happy man tonight too.
yeah,
He'll be a happy man.
But you're
He'd have connected more with Michael Keane, I think.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think he would have ended up on the ground.
Well, he was talking about Keane, and he was, but you were talking there about Grealish. Like Grealish, I don't think Grealish had a big factor in the game tonight at all, really. But he has been. I mean, there was a stat before the game showing that it was something like 54% or something of Everton stuff goes down his side. So. But I suppose once he's went down to 10 men, it was always going to change. Again, Moyes changed the tactics, but listen, it's not. I don't think it's a night for giving off about Amorim or.
Yeah.
You're going to have that. I don't know why we have it more often than not, but
We could have it again this week. Palace away. It's a bogey ground,
You
bogey
know what?
team.
yeah,
Everything about that fixture just stinks for us.
Palace away. Who do you guys have next?
Newcastle.
Newcastle at home.
Yeah, 5:30 on Saturday. So
The place will be buzzing.
Should
Should
be a
be
good
buzzing after that. 3 points.
Not after what he did to Man City. No, after what he did to Man City, watching the game against Man City, there's something I don't like about them. The play style's very disruptive, so I've got a feeling they might come into this with the intent of drawing some blood against us.
They are better Marseille midweek, and Marseille are a brilliant team, so that could take a lot out of them, to be fair.
What night is that?
Yeah.
I think it's Wednesday.
Okay.
Tuesday,
yeah.
no, I think it is Tuesday, actually. Not too
Okay.
sure, but it's going to be a tough game for them, and that could take a bit out of them.
Yeah.
Well, this is Up the Reds here has made a post there saying never good when your team is posting 6-7 memes before kickoff. So I don't know what that's about.
Don't even want to know.
No, don't want to know.
And Eddie, I think Eddie's leaving us for the night. He says congratulations to the Everton lads. Best of luck for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fair
being,
play.
much.
yeah. Right. Well, we'll call it a night there, lads.
Yeah. I
We
think,
would have had more hospitality for you, like if it had been more enjoyable, like. But it wasn't exactly the way we thought it was going to go, like.
no, well, thanks for having us on, and thanks for being good sports.
Do you want to give a shout out?
All things
shout-
considered.
You have a Everton podcast as well, don't you, Adam? You want to give a shout out?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if any of your listeners are going to listen, but
Oh no, but I mean, sure, but I mean, there'd be some Everton fans wanting to gloat,
Yeah. Well, I thought we had a Spurs fan for a minute as well, so the reach was just getting bigger and bigger. Yeah, it's Evertonia site, the Evertonia website, and it's a podcast on that on all platforms. Evertonia podcast.
And are you based over in Liverpool direction?
No, family all from there, but I'm based just outside Sheffield, so yeah. Plenty of United fans, trust me. Yeah, you guys get everywhere. So yeah, be a good day for me tomorrow. Yeah, I'll walk a little bit taller.
And Luke, you want to get a shout out there as well? I know you've got your podcast.
Thank you very much for having me on. It's a shame that I couldn't be on for longer. I do apologise about that. Don't know what the hell was going on with this bloody app. It's going to be a little bit of a learning curve for me. But yeah, so I run the School of Science TV channel. Initially, it was meant to just be a drone channel, doing all the stuff for the new stadium when that was coming out of the ground. But we've sort of branched out now, and we're now doing a lot of the match day sort of stuff. So at home games, we do match day vlogs and everything. So if you guys do happen to come to the Everton game, for when the Everton United game, if you see me, give me a shout. And we'll do a little collaboration together or something like that. I always enjoy having people on the channel.
Is that an invitation for a box seat there or something? We'll happily come over.
Or at least into the bar.
I'm dead poor. I'm not going to be able to get you guys in there, sadly. I get you in the upper south, in amongst all the old diehard Evertons who used to be part of the GT7.
Sounds good.
Very good. All right, guys, listen, and thank you to everybody who's been on there chatting away. So, like I said, this is our first ever time going live after a match, and it's good. It's a good bit of crack. I mean, it's not a good bit of crack tonight, but it would have been a good bit of crack if we had won. But at least we showed up. At least we showed up.
Yeah.
United might have shown up. This is how you fucking do it, lads. You gotta show up. You know,
Do your job.
but anyway, yes, do your job. God, so we need Keane. That's what we need. Right, lads. Listen, thank you so much for coming on, and we'll definitely touch base with you the next time we're in time with you guys. And yeah, appreciate it, and thank you to everybody who's listening and for all the comments. I'm gonna go and get a wee drink now.
Okay.
So,
Good stuff. All right. Cheers,
all right.
guys.
See you
Thank you
later.
very much. Enjoy the rest of your week, guys.
All right.
See
Good
you
luck.
later.
Yeah,
Please,
see
please.
you later. Bye-bye.